On December 10, 1941, 2 days following the attack on Pearl Harbor, the Japanese captured Guam and held it with a large garrison, but not as fortified as other locations with less men. Japan held the island captive until July 21st, when the Americans returned. The battle lasted until August 10th. However, this story is not about the battle, but a lone Japanese survivor that remained hidden until 1972, Yokoi Shoichi.
So today on Japan Treasure Hunters, we want to do something a little bit different because this morning the weather was trashy and we couldn't go out metal detecting. So we decided to do a little bit of World War II history. And so today we came out to Yokoi's cave. Yokoi was a Japanese soldier who didn't want to surrender when the island was taken over by the Americans. So what he did was he ran up into the jungle and hid for 28 years. And this was the cave that he was in.
He was able to dig a cave 7 feet deep, 3 feet high, and 9 feet long. His cave was in a great location close to the Talafofo River, which provided fish, river eels, toads, and on occasion would have shrimp, rats, and wild pigs. There was ample fruits and nuts to eat. As surrender was seen as a disgrace to the emperor, there were 10 in their group. However, by 1946 there was only 3 left. And by 1950, Yokoi was alone, as it was best not to be detected. The 2 other soldiers were killed in 1964 by a flood. He was able to make clothes from tree bark fibers and kept track of the years by the phases of the moon. With the breakdown of the Japanese command, the soldiers were left to fend for themselves. On the evening of January 24, 1972, he was captured by 2 local men checking their shrimp traps along the Talafofo River. The men took them to their home and fed him hot soup before turning him over to the authorities. In March of 1972, he returned to Japan. The first thing he said, "It is with much embarrassment that I return." He had known the war was over since 1952, but Japanese soldiers were told to prefer death over being captured alive. After a wild media tour of Japan, he settled down and was married. After starring in a film about himself, he was given the equivalent of $300 American back pay and a small pension. For a short while, he was a popular TV personality and an advocate for simple living. He also wrote a book about his experience. While touring the Imperial Palace, he said, "Majesties, I have returned home. I deeply regret that I could not serve you well. The world has certainly changed, but my determination to serve you will never change." Yokoi died at the age of 82 from a heart attack and was buried in Nagoya at the original gravestone that was commissioned in 1955 when he was declared dead.